This week's Parashat Eikev, ends, or nearly ends, with a very famous passage of Etshalom, which is the second part of Kriyat Shema. But just before that, there's a significant passage which strikes out the special status and special place of Eretz Yisrael within our general understanding of our relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. In Perek Yud Aleph Pasuk Yod through Yod Bet, Ki haaretz asher אתה ושמה לרשתה לא כארץ מצרים היא אשר יצאתם משם שזרוע זרעך והשקיטה ברגלך כגן הירק. So the land that you're coming to inherit is not like Mitzrayim, which you are familiar with, you left from there, and which you would be able to plant things and just irrigate it very simply, but rather בארץ אשר אתם עוברים שם לרשתה ארץ המובקעות ונטע השמיים תשתה מים. The land that you're coming to is rather, as opposed to the land of the delta, the flat delta with the river, it's a land of hills and valleys, and you're going to drink from rainwater. Eretz asher Adonai Lecha doresh ota, tamid einei Adonai Lecha ba mereshit hashana v'ad acharit shana. It is a land that HaKadosh Baruch Hu seeks out. Hashem's eyes are always on this land from the beginning of the year until the end of the year. And the truth is that in this little passage, there is tons of important material relating to the special status of Eretz Yisrael, relating to the notion of Hashkacha, relating even to the seasons, what's Reshit Shana and Acharit Shana. But I want to point to one overriding theme in this piece, which is that the purpose of this passage is to highlight the significant difference between Mitzrayim and Eretz Yisrael, and the special place that Eretz Yisrael climatically, geographically, even topographically, plays and impacts in the way that we relate to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. What's Mitzrayim? Mitzrayim is a land where water is always available. And if you want to plant something, just divert some water up the Nile and you've got growth. In Eretz Yisrael, we always have to pray because we depend on rain. We don't have any rivers here. And therefore we have to look to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And as a result of that, the second pasuk, which is describing the land, is what automatically leads to the third pasuk, which is Hashem is always paying attention to this land. It's a land where we're always in relationship to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. When it's not raining, we are under threat of death. And therefore we turn to HaKadosh Baruch Hu to help us out with rain. And when it rains, we see HaKadosh Baruch Hu's bracha manifest in front of itself, which is of course why the next passage, Vayam Shamoah, presents the reward for us being loyal to Hashem as having rain, and the punishment as the rain being withheld. One important point about this distinction is not just that in Mitzrayim it's always available to us. In Eretz Yisrael, we do depend on the HaKadosh Baruch Hu, but even think about it schematically. If you're in Mitzrayim, what direction do you look to see your source of life? The answer is you look down. You look at the river which is below you. In Eretz Yisrael, we always look up. In Eretz Yisrael, we're always dependent on HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And one could easily ask the question, why would HaKadosh Baruch Hu, who loves us so much, give us a land where we're always dependent and can never rely on the resources around? It's just quite simple. Because HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants an ongoing relationship with us. And to have that relationship with us, He always keeps us, if you will, on a close leash. We're always dependent on Him and always in need of His chesed. And as a result of that, we're always turning to Him and asking. Mitzrayim, it's almost as if HaKadosh Baruch Hu is saying, like He said to the snake, here, take the river and go, I don't want to hear from you guys anymore. HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves Am Yisrael so much that He wants to be in constant relationship with us and have us constantly be turning to Him for the source of life. Shabbat Shalom.